From Minnesota.
Mr. Speaker, I asked unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days within which to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on H.R. 5437 currently under consideration.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself as such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized for such time.
And Mr. Speaker and members, look, I rise in support of H.R. 5437, legislation that I am co-authoring and authoring with my colleague, Congresswoman Del Benny from Washington State, that will tackle identity theft. Each year, the IRS processes over 240 million tax returns and issues more than $400 billion in refunds. This makes tax season a prime target for identity thieves who steal billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers by filing false returns. It's all too common. More than 1.8 million people, including more than 13,000 Minnesotans, were victims of tax-related identity theft in 2015. And in just the first 2 months of 2016, the filing season, the IRS identified more than 31,000 fraudulent returns, with thousands more surely slipping through the cracks. A Government Accountability Office report last year found that scammers attempted to claim $14.5 billion in fraudulent tax returns in the 2015 tax season alone. For a criminal, the scam is simple and straightforward. You steal a taxpayer's Social Security number, you file a fraudulent return in their name, and then you collect the refund. And while this is a tremendous theft of taxpayer dollars, it's also a nightmare for victims, who then have to work to clear their name with multiple government agencies and wait longer to receive their own tax refund. Our seniors in particular are very vulnerable to identity theft, as they then have to struggle to navigate a bureaucratic maze to clear their name and then file an authentic return. There is one tool available, though, to some taxpayers that makes this scam a lot harder to pull off. It's called an Identity Protection PIN, or an IP PIN. It's a 6-digit number that is issued by the IRS to help the IRS then authenticate a tax return and validate the identity of the person who's filing it. Today, the IP PINs are available only in a couple of states and the District of Columbia, as well as to certain taxpayers that might be at high risk of identity theft. This legislation today, which we're taking up, would expand this program by giving all taxpayers access and the option of signing up for an IP PIN over the course of the next 5 years as they phase this in. This will give all taxpayers the peace of mind by allowing them to proactively protect their own identity from tax scammers, and it will save taxpayer dollars by preventing fraud that puts refunds into the wrong hands. I ask my colleagues to join us in supporting this bipartisan bill. Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Minnesota.